of Freiburg. So Freiburg in the red and white stripes tonight, and Dortmund in the black with yellow trim. Which team will come out on top? The last meeting between these two second teams was in August of 2022. It ended there in the reverse fixture with Dortmund losing by 2-0 against Freiburg. It was Vincent Vermeij who got the brace, got both goals for Freiburg's under-23s in that game. But here come Dortmund down the right-hand side. Dortmund attacking from right to left on your screens. They've got Marcel Lotka in goal. They've got it now with Falco Michel. Spreads it across towards Prince Arning. Dortmund recycle it and go back via Soumaila Koulibaly. Lotka just waiting on the ball right now. Freiburg winning the free kick from referee Eckermann. Decides to give that one against Can Özcan. Now Freiburg recycle at the back with goalkeeper Atibolo getting a touch as well. Atibolo all in highlighter yellow tonight from top to toe. Freiburg playing in the red and white, and they're forced back with Max Rosenfelder. He knocks it into the box for Atibolo. It's headed on, and Freiburg will win that, and they'll place one out to the right-hand side, one to chase for the number 15 there. It's Lars Kiel who was after it, but it was headed comfortably back towards the Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper. Lotka, the 21-year-old keeper, all in green, just waiting for an option to appear, and then he volleys it. The side foot action, swings his right foot out at a 90-degree angle, but slices the ball a little too far as well, puts it out of play. So the home team lining up with Atibolu, Rosenfelder, Engelhardt and Ezekwem, Troy, Wickler, Wagner and Makengo, Kiel, Vermeij and Gutau, the attacking trio. For Borussia Dortmund, Lotka between the sticks, Collins, Papadopoulos and Koulibaly in the defensive duties. Özcan, Pfanner, Pasalic and Arning further forward, and the top three of Michel, Jinma and Eberwein. Right now they're on the defence though, Dortmund. It's Freiburg who attack down the left-hand side, wide from the left. They'll get a cross in there. It's cut out well, but could have been dangerous on the follow-up. No real option for Papadopoulos but to put a stop to that ball as it came into the box, but he couldn't really clear it as effectively as he would have liked to. Did well actually to cushion that with his right foot and find a gap between red shirts who were advancing into the Dortmund area. Had Freiburg managed to pick that up on the follow-up, could certainly have led to the first chance to take a good look at the goal of Marcel Lotka. However, Dortmund's defence did the job, and Lotka can get it clear this time from the ground. Goal kick goes long over the halfway line, and it's a bit of head tennis now in the Freiburg half, but it's Dortmund who win it. Eventually 6 red shirts around the ball, and they'll get away with that one. Marko Pasalic chasing it. Now Atibolu's going to come under a little bit of pressure, spreads the pass out towards Philipp Troy, a little bit too far to the right-hand side, but despite the best efforts of Justin Jinma, the throw-in goes the way of Troy. A couple of assists for the 22-year-old this season, yet to get on the score sheet for Freiburg's fight. Lofted across from right to left. Second teams here commonly referred to as Zwei, as in the second team, Zwei being the number 2 in German, of course. I'm sure you knew that already. Also referred to sometimes as the under-23 sides, the reserve sides, the junior sides. Call them what you will. It's Freiburg against Dortmund for tonight. The first team of Dortmund in action in the Bundesliga as well a little later. But for now, their second team are looking to make it a perfect start to the weekend for those of a black and yellow persuasion. 5 minutes gone, just under. Freiburg 2-0, Dortmund 2-0. Freiburg play it out to the left-hand side. It's lost quickly, though, by Jordi Makengo. Had a look down the left wing, Makengo, but got nowhere at all before he was stopped abruptly in his tracks. Dortmund are fighting for that with Soumaila Koulibaly. He was chopped and chopped until he eventually went down. Free kick goes the way of Dortmund. Freiburg are a daunting prospect to come up against at the moment. They won their last game by 3-0 against Viktoria Köln. Gutau, Rosenfelder and Vermey on the score sheet for Freiburg's under-23s on that day. But they've won their last 4 in a row, conceding just 1 goal in the process. So they're in real fine fettle right now, Freiburg. Here they come, exploring that left-hand channel again. This time they do make it through, and they're into the box as well with Vincent Vermey. Cuts it back. In the end, it took a deflection away, and it ended up behind Lars Kiel, but he's got it out to Philippe Troy. Troy's cut back in onto his left foot rather than going out right. He thought he might wrong foot some defenders there. He's kept the attack alive, and they get it back into the box. It's cleared away well from just in front of the 6-yard box. Lotka couldn't come and claim that one. Had to rely on his defence to get it clear, and they did so. Freiburg start again, and Wagner steps inside nicely, moving forward past Prince Arning and further. Clearance comes in. A tackle is made, but it'll go all the way out 20 yards or so across the box and out for a corner ball. Came off Franz Pfanner, the captain. A bit more of an experienced head in a very young lineup, of course, as you'd expect from the reserve team. Pfanner at 28 years old, one of the older players in the squad, one of the senior players, trying to impart his wisdom to some of the young players as well. Good corner taken, just landing outside the 6-yard box. Shot was sliced and scuffed. No clean contact from 7 yards out there for Freiburg. That could have been something, and they're starting to put Dortmund under pressure now. Papadopoulos again has to reach forward for the second time in a couple of minutes and clear that ball as it enters the box from the left-hand side, but Freiburg knock it back and they scoop it into the box. Clever ball. Koulibaly alert to the danger and got up to win that header, but had it got over the top of Koulibaly, it would have been a brilliant flick. It would have been space in the box there behind the back line of Dortmund. Dortmund hang on for now, though. Freiburg content to just pass it around the defence for a while. They'll take a breather and recharge their batteries as well, because they've been on the offensive for a little while now. Atabolu cuts that one back to his left, gets it out to the left-back position as Kimberly Isekrem breaks forward down the left-hand side. Long ball forward is brilliantly controlled, beautifully controlled. A little bit of Ballglück, as they call it in German there, as they ride the challenges. Shooting chance, it's blocked. Was it blocked by a hand? Big celebrations from the Dortmund defence as well. It was Papadopoulos who threw himself in the way of that. And Dortmund pick up the free kick, much to the displeasure of the crowd at the Dreisamstadion. Robert Wagner, the man penalised. He's made 2 appearances in the top flight Bundesliga this season, Wagner. Got an assist on the board against Viktoria Cologne as well. Played 90 minutes in the UEFA Europa League as well this season, Wagner. Might be in the second team tonight, but he's picking up some serious experience with the first team as well. And they're looking for him to add to that with more good performances in the Dritte Liga, the 3rd division. That's worked forward well from the right to the middle for Freiburg, but they come a cropper in the end, and Dortmund get it away, and they've got a chance to break down the middle themselves now, but the pass is not accurate enough, much to the frustration of Justin Jinma. Jinma still just clapping his hands together in annoyance that he wasn't played in. Freiburg bossing the possession right now, and when Dortmund have the chance to spring the trap and just break forward and transition quickly, they've got to be accurate with the passing when possible. Freiburg bring that down. with Vermey. Vermey, one of the top strikers in the division right now. 12 goals and 2 assists to his tally in 24 appearances. It's matchday 25 tonight. Freiburg throw in deep down the Dortmund left side. 10 minutes played then, no real big goal chances yet. No real tests of either Marcel Lotka in goal for Dortmund or Noah Atabolu between the sticks for Freiburg. Big chances at a premium. However, two technical teams going at it, showing that there is potential for the goals to come in this game. A mere 80 minutes still left, of course. A lot of time to go in round 25 of the third division. But it's Freiburg who will be marginally the happier of the two teams at the start. They're certainly looking like the home team and taking the game to Dortmund, but they've coped with what's been thrown at them so far, and that's why Freiburg haven't had a really good look yet at Marcel Lotka's goal. Philippe Troy, right back, passes it all the way back to Atabolu. Troy brings it out for Freiburg. Dortmund not ready to commit men forward. It was Rosenfelder who got that started, and then Ezekrem lays it off. Ezekrem again might use Rosenfelder, and he does. Back to Atabolu. Dortmund not committing too many men forward. They don't want spaces opening up in behind. They know Freiburg are looking for that, and they'll pick their moments to press high Dortmund tonight. No corner, says referee Marc-Philippe Eckermann. Nice idea, and Julian Guttau thought for a second that he might have picked up a corner for his team over on the left side, but instead it's Jan Zimmermann, the 43-year-old German, who can look on as his team get the goal kick. Jinma, the top scorer for Dortmund this season, with 5. Marko Pasalic with 4. Moritz Brzezinski on 3. Top assist provider Ole Pohlmann not in the starting 11 tonight. He's got 6 assists to his name. Eberwein has 3. Jinma has 2 as well. So 5 goals and 2 assists, taking Jinma to the top of the pile for Dortmund in 16th place. Second place Freiburg. Vincent Vermey with 12. Lars Kehl with 4. Schmid has 2. In terms of assists, it's Guttau with 3 at the top. Viklov has 3 as well, and Lars Kehl has 2. So Vermey with 12 goals and 2 assists, the most valuable goal contributor in the Freiburg team. He's up front with the number 9 tonight, just lurking on the right of your screen there, Vermey. Will they use him as this attack goes down the centre? Almost skipped the pass through out to the right-hand side where Lars Kehl was waiting, but Dortmund cut it off just in time. Koulibaly rides one challenge, gets the pass deflected as he goes down the left-hand side towards Njinma. Clever step over from Philippe Troy. And now Robert Wagner, the 19-year-old, can start things again for Freiburg. Both teams being patient in the early stages here. Nobody over-committing, just testing out the opposition and seeing what's on offer. Trying to stretch the 11 in front of them to see where they can find an inch of space or where the other team give a little bit. Right now, nothing yet though. Back to Atabolu once more. He spreads it out to the left, near the halfway line, but Dortmund are quick there to chase it and harry and hassle the Freiburg defence until they go backwards. Now they'll try and switch a long ball out to the left, and it's pinpoint accurate as well. Brought down well, controlled nicely. Got the overlapping run on the left, and they use it, and there's enough pace there. That ball's just going to run out though. Too far ahead, a thumb up on the left-hand side, but the pass from Guttau just asked a little bit too much of Yori Makengo. The 21-year-old Frenchman was bursting away at pace down the left flank there, but the pass had a little too much on it for him. Dortmund free kick at the back, goes against Yannick Engelhardt. We've not seen too much of Engelhardt yet. In theory, Engelhardt has a contract with the first team at Freiburg. He's on loan to the reserves at the moment. That one comes to nothing as Lotzke, man with 6 clean sheets this season, gets that going. Freiburg have kept 12 clean sheets in the third division, and that is no mean feat at all in a league renowned for plenty of goals. So difficult to defend consistently well in this division. Even when you secure a comfortable win, it's quite difficult to do it with a clean sheet to go with that. Definitely the cherry on top if you win by 3 or 4 goals. 2-0 win might be more satisfying somehow than a 3-1 victory in this division for some, given the difficulty of the defending. But Freiburg have managed 12 clean sheets, as I said. Very, very impressive record, only beaten by Elversberg, who are flying at the top of the table. Elversberg looking for 2 promotions on the bounce, and they're not far away from achieving that. A long way to go still in the season, but the way Elversberg are playing at the moment, it takes something special to imagine them even falling away. There's a good ball on the overlap, but Papadopoulos will be able to watch it out in the end. Made the clearance cleverly off of Yuri Makengo. Nice bit of nous there from Papadopoulos. Tried to marshal the ball comfortably out of play. Picked up a bit too much hassle from the Freiburg forwards and ended up, rather than getting caught in possession right there down by the byline, just blasted it out off a touch. Got the goal kick. Anning in a good position there and loses his footing at a crucial moment. Prince Anning yet to score this season. The 18-year-old Dutchman just tripping as he looked up and saw some space opening up in front of him. Did well to rob the Freiburg defence and could have made something of it, but unfortunately his boots and the studs did not want him to profit from his hard work. It was Eberwein for Dortmund, just turning on the afterburners a bit to try and put some pressure on the Freiburg defence. The rhythmic clapping begins in the arena. Teams met not only in August of 2022 when Freiburg came out on top by 2-0. They met again in the previous season in January of 2022. That was a 1-1 draw. The last meeting here at the Dreisamstadion was in August of 2021 though. That was Freiburg 2, Dortmund 5. 5 goals in the opening 35 minutes, and we're halfway into that period now. But we've not got half as many goals. Not that that's possible. But 0 tonight, 5 after 35 minutes in August of 2021. Still, we can but hope. Still time for a 7-goal thriller, that's for sure. Still at the moment, both teams just trying to see what they can get. Both teams looking comfortable on the ball, but Freiburg perhaps the team in control at the moment. If Dortmund were to score, as Anning thought that he might have a chance to do a minute ago, would be more against the run of play for the away team to take the lead than it would for the home team, that's for sure. Nonetheless, neither team as of yet able to test the opposition goalkeeper. Dortmund have it back. Long balls down the left flank have worked better for Freiburg than they have for Dortmund tonight, and that's no exception this time. Dortmund's pass forward cut out immediately, but this time they go low and they go through the middle along the ground. Can they pick up a loose ball here and continue this attack? They do keep it alive. Could be a shooting chance, and it's fired over towards the goalkeeper. It wasn't clear where that one was going for a second. It looked like it came off the palms of Atabolu, and he lost sight of it for a moment. The Dortmund forwards didn't though. First big chance from either team comes with 20 minutes on the clock. Freiburg thought they had this cleared. The follow-up came in. It was powered on goal. And in the end, Jinma tried to get across to it. Thought he fancied a penalty as well, but he was well defended. Uncomfortable for Noah Atabolu to deal with that. That really stung the palms as he dived across to his left. Certainly didn't want to palm it back into that position. The shot fired in from the left by Marko Pasalic. Eberwein kept the move alive. There's another look at it. Atabolu getting up and just watching where the flight of the ball was going as he parried it back out into his own 6-yard box. He would have rather turned that away to the left-hand side and away across the penalty area rather than parrying it back into the box where it could be followed up by Njinma. Best chance of the game came down the Dortmund left, and here they go down the flank again with Njinma. Takes it out wide towards the touchline, cuts back onto his right foot. Pass back up the line isn't a good one though, and it'll be a Freiburg throw-in from in the dugout. They take it quickly, but not quite on the same wavelength. The players in red there, and Dortmund managed to cut it out, and it's back with Atabolu again. Now he's made the one save of the night. It wasn't the best one that he's ever made, but it just about got the job done for Freiburg. Rosenfelder scoops that one forward down the middle. Good ball, it's ducked by Koulibaly. But here's a big chance, ball across the box, and now Soumaila Koulibaly atones for his earlier error. He's helped back to his feet by goalkeeper Lotka. Another good look at that. Koulibaly rescuing it, the former Paris Saint-Germain youth player. Initially ducked out of the way of the ball, thinking it would drift through comfortably towards Lotka, but instead, dangerous Freiburg forward Vermey was lurking in there, as he so often does, waiting to pounce on the error or the misunderstanding at the back from Koulibaly. For Dortmund's luck and for Koulibaly's luck, he was able to come back and clear it though for this corner. It's headed away. Jinma gets the secondary clearance as well, and now there's a foot race on. Freiburg showing some good strength with the number 34, Kimberly Ezekwem. He breaks it out towards Makengo. He can move forward down the left. Spreads it out to the touchline. Chance for an early cross, and they'll take it. Whipped in towards the box. Lotka lets it go for a second in the aerial battle with Vincent Vermey. Lotka able to gather comfortably at the second attempt anyway. Vermey with his hands up, saying no foul in the challenge. Header on down the Dortmund right. Now Freiburg have it back. Halfway through the first half here now. Still Freiburg 0, Dortmund 0. Freiburg making much of the running, but without yet testing Marcel Lotka. How long will that go on? First chance, second chance is wide. A double chance for Vincent Vermey, and it's exactly who Freiburg would have wanted that to fall to. The first one brought a low parrying save from Marcel Lotka. It was a great stop to get down. Just as I said, Freiburg haven't tested Lotka. I wondered how long it would be until they did, and then seconds later they did, and probably should have gone 1-0 up there, the home team. Lotka with a brilliant save down at his near post to keep Freiburg at bay, but when it came straight back to Vincent Vermey, it should have been goal number 13, but he put it into the side netting. Dortmund trying to win the ball back down the left wing, and in the end Rosenfelder has to come across and help out his teammate there and pass it back to Atabolu. So one now, one clear-cut chance for each of these teams. 24.5 minutes on the clock. Last time I said Freiburg haven't tested Lotka. They did so immediately. Will they do so again now with Wagner? He's got options left, right and centre. Goes out to the right with Kiel. Kiel spreads it back across the box well. Just didn't fall in the right pattern there, as the steps and strides of the two Freiburg players just didn't match up, and neither could get on the ball. But here they are on the ball in the box once more. Chance to clear it, and Dortmund take that chance to hammer it away to the halfway line where Kimberly Izaquem is waiting. A 21-year-old left back. He lays it off inside to Engelhardt. Engelhardt has it back and uses Max Rosenfelder. Philipp Treu now. Freiburg still content to pass the ball around well. They're still looking comfortable, and Treu makes a lot of yards coming forward here. The step over from Treu, still going. A little bit of a rush of blood to the head, and made the pass to Vincent Vermey a little bit too hard. Went down and appealed for a penalty quickly there, but Antonios Papadopoulos was over quickly to quash any suggestion from Freiburg that should be a penalty. Here's another look at it. And it's a clear dive from that angle. No wonder Papadopoulos raises his arm. And no wonder referee Mark-Philipp Eckermann, who was well positioned for that, was not thinking about pointing to the spot at any point there. Another look at that great double chance for Vincent Vermey. Lotka earning a bit of luck there with a brilliant initial stop from the header. But Vermey had the goal at his mercy after that. Put it wide. Koulibaly scuffed the first one and came forward in the end with the ball, but not quite cleanly enough. Arning skips one way and passes the ball inside. Pressure on against Falco Michel, but continued to get the ball across. They've run out of that attack now, and Freiburg can turn it around. There was a challenge from behind, but it was a clean one, and now it's turned into a midfield battle, and it should be a Dortmund free kick in the centre circle there. It will be. Lars Kiel not too happy with it. Kiel and Falco Michel having words, and now a bit of a pushing battle as well, as Marko Pasalic gets involved, and Pasalic is going to find himself in the book, as is Lars Kiel. There was a look at the initial collision and the challenge as the legs were taken away. That's why Dortmund will have a free kick right on the centre circle. Pasalic picked up a 6th caution of the season. Dortmund loft the ball over to the left-hand side where Prince Arning's waiting. Brings it down on the chest well. Keeps it in play for Soumaïla Koulibaly. Arning gets it back in a good position here. He's got an option down the left and goes through the middle instead. Eberwein was the central option, but the pass was just overhit. 5th yellow card there, confirmation of that. Caution for Lars Kiel. A little bit of unnecessary escalation, but caution apiece, and the play continues. That wasn't far away from Michael Eberwein there from the boot of Noah Atebolu, but Freiburg knew what they were doing, and they can attack down the middle once again, and now they spread it out to the left. That's a good pass, and they're into a good position. That pass, however, certainly lacking in quality compared to the previous ball. Julian Guttau, the man with 1 goal and 3 assists so far this season, playing that one far too close to Marcel Lotka. Header won by the Freiburg defence, and now a bit of head tennis. But it's Dortmund in black who bring it down. Heavy challenge from Philipp Treu, but he was clean on the ball. The referee thought so too. Now though, referee Eckermann does point Dortmund's way. Here's a look at the initial heavy challenge from Philipp Treu. The free kick's gone for this one, I believe, against Max Rosenfelder. That's why Dortmund's free kick will be probably in a better position than the first heavy challenge from Treu. Got the ball cleanly as he came through, and he was in control. It was a hard but fair challenge from the 22-year-old. But the second one from Rosenfelder was a little bit of a trip, and that's why Dortmund have this free kick in a great position to whip something into the box if they can. Pasalic stands over it. He will be the one to take it with the left foot, Pasalic, but it's a little bit too low. Dortmund with Papadopoulos winning the ball back just outside the area, and they go direct trying to catch out Noah Atebolu there, but he had plenty of time to get back across goal And now he distributes this one quickly out to the right flank, and it's right on point as well. Overlapping pass for the number 15 Keel. He's just run out of room there, and Papadopoulos gets it back to the keeper. Freiburg winning the ball and looking to attack quickly, but Dortmund put a stop to that, and they might be able to break away on the counter now. Dortmund going forward, cutting inside from right to left. Jinma scored a brace, or a doppelpack as they call it in Germany, in the last round. That's blocked on the Dortmund right. Borussia Dortmund with the throw-in deep into Freiburg territory. It's back to Papadopoulos. Flicked on quickly, a 50-50 challenge there. Falco Michel coming out with the ball, but Freiburg win it back eventually. And they can get it forward over the halfway line. Papadopoulos waited for that one to bounce, and it took a soft bounce as well. Had to delay just a little longer than he would have liked, and there's almost a clearance, just booted forward. Wasn't too far away from falling Vincent Famé's way. He surely would have been offside though. There's a look at one of the matchups tomorrow. Saxony derby between Dresden and Aue. Plenty more third division action, of course, over the course of this weekend in round 25. This the first of the fixtures on Friday evening. A long weekend of football still to come all over the country. Arning skips into the challenge, but is just pushed down by the strength and presence of Vincent Famé. Falco Michel is walking past the ball and stopping Freiburg from taking it quickly, but Famé will jog forward, and the free kick is taken quickly in the end. Takes a touch on the way through from the boot of Prince Arning. It's off for a corner on the right-hand side for Freiburg. Thomas Stamm's team reacting well to some better play from Dortmund. Chances now back to the premium that they were earlier on in the game. Both teams looking like they're capable of creating, but just not quite managing to get good looks at goal. Just one apiece so far from the boot of Pasalic and Famé for Freiburg. But here's the corner. It's down in the box, and who's it going to fall to? Loose ball in the penalty area, still alive. Whistle's gone though. It'll be a defensive free kick. Falco Michel is down, helped back to his feet by his teammates. Gets a pat on the bum for his trouble from Antonios Papadopoulos as well. Here's a look at the free kick that was given. Very hard to see. The referee had a better view of it than we got. Dortmund free kick with Falco Michel getting clipped in the box. Freiburg will be a little frustrated at that decision. It's threatening to open up into a goal-mouth scramble, and it would have been a good chance for Freiburg to smash the ball into the back of Marcel Lotke's net had it fallen to a player in a red shirt, and it might well have done had the free kick not been awarded. Dortmund throw on the left. Prince Arning looked so good in pre-season. Season stalled a bit. Lack of momentum, a couple of injuries. Keeps the ball in there though, Arning, and uses some good strength too. Tries a clever turn and keeps the ball on the ground. Almost freestyle football from Prince Arning, and Dortmund do come away with it. Falco Michel gets it back to Papadopoulos. He's going to move forward. Looked like he was going to line up a shot with his right foot from 40 yards out there, Papadopoulos. They've gone back instead. So it was Lotka, who's well outside of his area. Just dropping back a bit now, Marcel Lotka, waiting for an option. Now he lofts it down towards the right, but Freiburg react quicker and they win the header. Wagner pushed off the ball, looked like a shoulder charge, and Dortmund aren't too happy. Falco Michel clashing with Robert Wagner, and it's Wagner who has the free kick. Freiburg take it over to the right-hand side with Philipp Treu. Rosenfelder gets it back. Treu waiting out on the right flank, but Rosenfelder content to just keep going forward until he's closed down, and he skipped through a couple of challenges there, half-hearted challenges at that, and now the cross comes in from the right-hand side. Players up to get that in the middle, but nobody could get a head on it in the red shirt. Gutau was going for it in the middle. Now 35 minutes on the clock, 10 minutes remaining in the first period. That's a good ball into the box, and it needed that header. Namadi Collins with a crucial touch as Freiburg were looking to pull the trigger on the bounce there. Great ball forward. It was Gutau again. Might be a little lucky not to come away with a free kick there. You'd say that Gutau perhaps clipped Namadi Collins, but Collins just caught him by surprise and nodded the ball out of the wheelhouse that it was sitting into for Gutau. Just really waiting for that one to come down so he could smash it goalwards with the right foot. Collins, who's only made 4 appearances this season, the 19-year-old, putting his head in the way, making the defensive intervention just when he needed to for Dortmund. Space on the right for Troy. Cuts it in towards Wagner. Wagner looked for a 1-2, didn't get it back. It went to Rosenfelder instead in the centre circle. Pass out to the right's a good one. It's on point for Troy. And he spreads it into a central position. That's a good pass. Ball into the box, down towards the byline. It'll be just too far. Another one down towards the byline that's a little overhit for Freiburg. And Thomas Stamm, the 40-year-old Swiss coach, watches on. Unbeaten in 7 games. Thomas Stamm's Freiburg team, their only loss in the last 13 came to high-flying Elversberg, who are leading the German 3rd division by a comfortable margin. Got a player down over on the left side, Freiburg, but they'll carry on. Eventually Namadi Collins will pick that up, and he's able to let it run out of play if he wants to. It's Gutau who's down. He's looking for a free kick, gesturing to referee Eckermann. There you can see what happens. It was Namadi Collins who went for the pass forward with his right foot, and as the right foot came down, made heavy contact with Gutau. Difficult to judge those ones. In the first place, Collins was only playing a pass, but did essentially get the studs up, although he wasn't going in for a challenge. A little unfortunate for Gutau in any case. Atubolu scoops it away to the left. Still no goals on the board as of yet, but it has been an exciting and interesting contest. Both teams definitely looking capable of going on to win this one. Whoever falls behind, if indeed they do in the course of this game, will definitely feel that they've still got a good chance to come back and win it. It's technical quality on both sides, but here Freiburg win the ball in a good position, right on the edge of the box. Shot comes in, it's wide, it's low, but it never challenged Marcel Lotka. He knew straight away that that wasn't a dangerous one off the boot of Gutau. It was well won back though by Freiburg. Dortmund passing it around, and in the end captain Franz Pfanner running out of time and space. The shot dragged wide through the area. Jan Zimmermann there, just explaining a few things to his starting 11. Both teams have had their phases in the game. Overall, Freiburg probably the team on top, but Dortmund have looked dangerous at times, and here they might have a chance to do so again. Marko Pasalic skips away. Freiburg force Dortmund away from the penalty area though. Arning has to scramble to try and win that one, loses his footing as well, and now Troy can burst forward on the right for Freiburg, goes left instead of looking towards the number 15, Lars Kehl, who was bursting away down the right. Options on both sides, and they chose the left side. They're still going here. Engelhardt might shoot from range. Engelhardt lifted it, chipped it, never got it down again. It was rising and rising and rising off the boot of Yannick Engelhardt. He scored once this season, and in truth he was nowhere near making it 2 there in the 40th minute. So Freiburg, as I said, they've only lost one of their last 13. That was against Elversberg. Other than that, they've won 9, drawn 3. Very, very impressive record in recent weeks and months. Player down for Dortmund up front there. High foot in the defending. It was another awkward one. Not a clear foul. The referee didn't think it was a foul at all. Mark-Philipp Eckermann allows play to go on. Kiel has it on the right. Still going Kiel. Arning tries to stop him, but he gets the ball into the box well. And it's cleared by Franz Pfanner, who is backtracking well into the 6-yard box. Had a difficult clearance to make from there, but got it done. Michael Pasalic over there, but the ball's played away before Pasalic can get involved, and Namadi Collins will have to half volley that one away over the halfway line, and Jinma underneath it, but can't win it. And Freiburg will go again from the left-back position. 5 minutes remaining in the first half here. Max Rosenfelder in possession, still 0-0. Big chances from Pasalic for Dortmund, who slammed the ball from the left-hand side. Atabolu, the goalkeeper for Freiburg, parried it, but was very uncomfortable in doing so and spun the ball away only to the edge of his own 6-yard box. But the follow-up from Jinma was past the front post. He couldn't turn it in. Here comes Rosenfelder for Freiburg. Was perhaps in a shooting position, but tried to find a teammate in a better position. It was Oscar Wiklov. And now there's one to chase for Jinma. Just took a heavy touch at the end. Did not quite work out for Justin Jinma. Atabolu starting it off again for Freiburg, who've been very patient in the first half. Dortmund have made it difficult for them. Been no easy way through. Bit different from the last game, in which Freiburg won by 3-0 against Viktoria Köln. Dortmund are not making life as easy as Victoria did a few days ago. Right now, a very even game. Both sides would back themselves to take the lead. Both teams attempting to play on the front foot where possible, but also cancelling each other out in a number of attacks. So far, just that one chance for Dortmund through Pasalic. Jinma's follow-up was off target. For Freiburg, a double chance in the 24th minute. First from the head of Vincent Vermey. That brought out a great low save from Marcel Lotka, but the follow-up came right back to the Freiburg captain and number 9. And uncharacteristically, their top scorer side-footed the ball wide into the side netting. And perhaps he should have scored. That's why we're goalless with 2 minutes remaining in normal time in the first half. Freiburg spread it to Troy over on the right-hand side. Troy with some step-overs and cuts to his left to evade Pasalic. Now passes it towards the D. Koulibaly eventually gets the job done. Thought he'd gone a little bit too early, but he's put one there down for Jinma to chase. That'll be a free kick against Justin Jinma. Clash of legs there between Jordi Makengo and Justin Jinma. Jinma for a second thought that he was going to win that foot race and get round Makengo, but Dortmund here doing well to go from defence to attack in a matter of seconds. Had the pass been a little bit more central from the boot of Koulibaly, could have given Jinma a slightly better chance of winning the foot race. Troy again over on the right hand side, likes to pick up the ball tight to the touchline. Troy. Freiburg winning the rub of the green there as the challenge was ridden and the ball stayed with Freiburg, but the cross all the way through to Dortmund, and now they've given it away. Freiburg in the last of the regulation minutes in the first half, bursting forward now down the left hand side. Wiklov lays it off. Ezequem turns back. He's got Wagner in support, but uses a different pass instead. Koulibaly gets it up, but not convincingly away just yet. Gutau was beaten there, and Jinma's done really well. Jinma skips out to the right-hand side and he's brought down. Troy putting a foot in the way of the run of Justin Jinma. It didn't take too much contact, but Jinma didn't have too many options running out towards the corner flag on the right-hand side, and he was happy with the reach across of the hand and a tug of the left arm from Philippe Troy, a clip of the boots as well. Well within his right to go down there, Justin Jinma. And now Dortmund in the dying seconds of this first half at the Dreisamstadion. Is there a way through to break the deadlock before the interval? Freiburg 0, Dortmund 0 on round 25 in the German third division. Will we see a first goal before the break? Free kick's long and it's lofted too high. It drifts over across the byline, across the goal line and out. And that brings the first half to its conclusion. Referee Marc-Philippe Eckermann blows his whistle. And we do go in level at the break, goalless at the break. Freiburg 2-0, Dortmund 2-0. The second teams both in action. Welcome back to the Dreisamstadion in Freiburg in Germany. It's third division action, round 25 this evening. Freiburg up against Dortmund, 0-0 at the interval. Atebolu with one key save from a powerful shot that came from the left boot of Marko Pasalic of Dortmund. Best chance for Freiburg, the home team, came through captain and talismanic striker Vincent Vermey. Vermey with an initial header very well saved by Marcel Lotka, who got down low towards the post to keep it out. The rebound came back to Vermey and he put it into the side netting with the goal at his mercy. It wasn't the easiest of second chances, but he would have backed himself to score. As it was though, he put it wide, and that is why it's 0-0 as we begin the second half. Referee Marc-Philippe Eckermann getting the game started 30 seconds ago. And now both of these two teams, Freiburg in second position in the third division against Dortmund in 16th. They will go in search of a winner in the next 45 or so minutes. Ezequem cuts inside and plays it back. Now Freiburg in red and white stripes, shooting from right to left on your screens. Dortmund in the black and yellow, going the other way. Almost a bit of miscommunication there with Namadi Collins and Marcel Lotka. I thought for a second that Collins was going to try and put his boot through that just as Lotka got the gloves down to it. There were two Freiburg players nearby as well. It could have been a catastrophe for Dortmund at the back, but perhaps I just worry too much and I should have trusted their communication, because Lotka was able to grab it comfortably in the end. Dortmund loft it forward towards the right, and Atebolu is the man there to gather it with his orange boots for Freiburg. Atebolu, a real hot prospect in the third division. So many good young players in these second teams. Atebolu definitely one of them. 72 appearances for Freiburg's second team, 3 appearances for the first team as well. Germany under 21 international. Atebolu, the 20-year-old, and here he is back on the ball. The man with 4 clean sheets in the calendar year 2023 and halfway to another one. Although a half clean sheet doesn't really count for much in football. Freiburg down the left, that's a clever ball. Threading it through towards Jordi Makengo, but Papadopoulos is battling away in there. A real combative defender, Antonios Papadopoulos. He scraps away until the ball's safely cleared, but it's cleared and it's all the way down to the other end for Atebolu again. Thomas Stamm and Jan Zimmermann might be looking to their benches in 10 or 15 minutes, but for now no changes yet. Dortmund over in the left back position. Jinma turns, stays on the ball but can't make any progress down the left, and Dortmund have to go backwards. Koulibaly gets it forward towards Arning and he spreads that out down the left side. One to chase for Michael Eberwein. Chases it all the way into the box, but to no avail. Not this time anyway, as Yannick Engelhardt can bring it away for Freiburg. Freiburg looking every bit like the team who are unbeaten in 7, and they've only conceded 1 goal in their last 4 games. 4 games in which they picked up a perfect 12 points. Both teams coming into this matchup off the back of a big win. Freiburg victorious by 3-0 against Viktoria Köln. Dortmund picking up a big win out of nowhere, really. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Jan Zimmermann's side, they don't look like that team tonight, though, and they didn't look like it last week when they steamrolled Waldhof Mannheim by 4-0. Freiburg in the centre circle. Will Dortmund belie their 16th place in the table, or will they crumble if Freiburg can continue putting on the pressure? Freiburg picking up a corner there. Collins and Papadopoulos both attempting to make the clearance, but in the end neither one able to get it away, and it touches off the Dortmund players and gives the corner to Julian Guttau, who's got the ball down in the left corner. Hand up from Guttau. Can he find a red shirt in the middle? It's lofted on and out of the box at the front post. A long shot coming in, blocked immediately by Marko Pasalic. Pass down the box into the left-hand side of the area. Drifts out of play though. Lotka will have a goal kick for Dortmund. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Still no breakthrough yet. Still an entertaining game, an interesting game. Both teams matching each other at the moment. It's been a good quality encounter in the 3rd division tonight. It's not been a lack of quality that's led to a lack of goals. Dortmund taking the free kick quickly, but it was taken too far forward by Pasalic, says Mark-Philipp Eckermann, the man in blue tonight, making Dortmund come back, and Pasalic took it from the wrong spot and then tried to do so again, but referee Eckermann forced him all the way back to the correct position. What will Dortmund do with this one? Will they attempt to loft it forward with the left foot of Pasalic? Croatia under 21 international. He's made 2 appearances for the first team. Scored 4 times this season. Will he get his first assist from this free kick? No, he won't. And Dortmund won't even earn the corner either that they fancied. And the ball came off a Freiburg head there because Max Rosenfelder hit the deck in the box. Dortmund were penalised. Freiburg bringing it away with Kimberly Ezequem. Ezequem, the 21-year-old left-back, in possession once more as he attempts to move forward. You're with us right now, live from the Dreisamstadion in Freiburg. It's the only game in the German 3rd division underway this Friday evening. Freiburg 0, Dortmund 0 in the early stages of the second half here. For May with the best opportunity to open the scoring on his boot after 24 minutes. He didn't manage it for Freiburg. There's a lot of time left though, and they've got the ball in the box here in a promising position. Shooting chance now, out to the left-hand side. Guttau slices it into the side netting. Second time now that Freiburg have blasted the ball into the side netting at Marcel Lotke's near post. First it was for May after 24 minutes, and now after 53 it was Julian Guttau looking for goal number 2 of the season. Went for power rather than placement, just blasted the ball as it came across his body, launched it goalwards with his left foot. Guttau couldn't steer it inside the post though. Freiburg battling for it and winning it too. They go back towards Kimberly Ezequem. Freiburg working ever so hard to win the ball back very, very quickly in this game. Dortmund for their part, trying to do the same when they lose it. Everybody trying to battle as they go back towards the midfield area. It's not all about the high pressing necessarily, it's just stopping the momentum from your opponents. But Freiburg have found a little bit here. Ball's touched through. Collins has to let it go for Marcel Lotka, who comes out and fires it away down the right-hand side for Dortmund. Missed control from Freiburg, but they can keep it in and get it back to Noah Atabolu. So Freiburg still in possession. The red and whites have dominated the ball since the restart. Dortmund yet to really make a foray forward in the second period, and they've been pushed back into their own half of the field. All 11 Dortmund players in the Dortmund half right now, and here come Freiburg again. It's looking for options. It takes a touch from Marko Pasalic and steers the ball away from its intended target. Now here's one for Eberwein again to chase. He's really trying to make something happen from nothing. Michael Eberwein hasn't scored yet this season, but has 3 assists. And you can see why. He's trying to create all the time. But Dortmund at the moment are giving him scraps to work with. But this time they've won it. Goalkeeper's out of position as well. Pasalic in a good position. Dortmund loft it forward over to the left. It's too far forward for Prince Arning though. A bit disappointing. There was more in that, you felt, for Dortmund. Now the first change. So first change of the match, 10 minutes into the second half. They didn't wait for the hour mark to come around. Jan Zimmermann has made the move a little earlier. It's Falco Michel who's going to be withdrawn in this one. Arning is down. Cyril Akono is the man coming on. So it's not looking good. There's the universal sign for substitution being made. And Falco Michel's just gone off, but will there be a change to actually keep Michel on the field? It doesn't look like it. The change has been made. Cyril Akono is on. And there will be another change. Arning cannot continue. Ola Pohlmann comes on instead for Borussia Dortmund. Defensive change with Bjarne Pudel. It's not Pohlmann, sorry, he's not in the matchday squad today. So, one tactical change and one change enforced for Dortmund coach Jan Zimmermann there, the 43-year-old German. Bjarne Pudel, a 21-year-old who's only played 8 games this season in the 3rd division. He comes on, but it's Jordi Makengo down in the left corner for Freiburg, and he keeps going there. Digs out the corner for his team off Antonios Papadopoulos. He's been everywhere at the back tonight, Papadopoulos. He's really giving it everything for the team. Did he, in fact, concede only a throw-in as well? I'm not sure. It looked as if it went off for a corner, but Michel withdrawn as an attacking change for Cyril Akono, and Arning Switching more defensively for Pudel. It is indeed a Freiburg corner. Almost an hour gone here. Still 90 seconds or so before the hour mark is up. Will there be a chance from this set-piece situation for Freiburg? It's delivered from the left-hand side. It's high and it's long. Aimed for the back of the penalty area as they try to fire it over. Get it back into the box. It was a nice idea going long with the corner and trying to get it back across the area. In the end, it was a direct shot from a tight angle on the right from Gutau, which just drifted over the top. Had a bit of sting on it. It was well struck, but always a little bit too high. It would have taken something very, very special to beat Marcel Lotka from there and still go within the frame of his goal. As it was, he managed the first part of that, but not the second. Header won, though, by Freiburg. Collins working hard to clear that one away, but Freiburg come again. Freiburg almost irresistible at the moment, just pushing forward, gently increasing the pressure minute by minute, forcing Dortmund back at all times in the first 15 minutes of this second half. But Dortmund yet to crack under that pressure at the back. Still always a half chance to just steal something down the other end and nick a goal against the run of play, but Freiburg are the team pulling the strings right now. Lotka chests it down as we go over the hour mark. Sigalakonu with 4 goals and 1 assist so far this season, but how much attacking will he get to do, and how much tracking back will he be forced to do? Chance to stretch his legs there, the new man Akono, but the ball's far too far in front of him. The number 22 leading the line now for Dortmund. They need everybody at the back right now to withstand the Freiburg pressure. Freiburg come again. Kimberly Izakrem. Ball down the middle, played out towards the right hand side. It doesn't get there initially, but Freiburg can get it out at the second attempt towards Robert Wagner, but he's pushed off the ball. Clash of legs there, and the free kick goes against Wagner as well. Dortmund will just scoop it back quickly. Koulibaly, the man who won the free kick. Quick shake of the head from Robert Wagner. Vincent Vermey, the furthest man forward now for Freiburg, as Dortmund look to get outside of their own half for the first time through Bjarne Pudel. Almost the first time at all in this second half. They've spent so much time down here at this end of the pitch where Marcel Lotka is now. Lotka blasts it over the halfway line. Header on. Straight down the middle and nobody waiting for it. Dortmund just can't afford to commit too many men forward at this stage of the game. Freiburg with Yuri Makengo. They go back. Half an hour left to play. No goals as of yet, but there might be one coming. Philippe Troy gets the ball into the box. It's headed away. Loose ball's going to go Freiburg's way, is it? No, it's a good challenge to keep that alive for Dortmund. They can bring it away down the left-hand side now. Jinma, overlap, almost caught them out, but they've kept that in somehow. They kept it from going out for a throw-in, and eventually they run out of it. Just letting it slip away from their control, Dortmund, on the edge of the box, but they've won it back well there before the halfway line. There's Chan. Touches it too far though. Now Freiburg with a chance, just as Dortmund were looking to commit some players forward. Freiburg have won it back and they've got a chance to spread it out towards Vermey on the right. It doesn't get through. Dortmund chip it out to the left with Njinma. That was a good pass out for Njinma. He's got a foot race on now against Rosenfelder. It's the Freiburg defender who comes out on top. Freiburg up to the halfway line. Dortmund now with the substitutions. trying to push forward a little bit more, trying to risk a little bit more in this game. They certainly would take a point against this excellent Freiburg team in fantastic form. But 0-0 with 63 minutes gone, they're not going to settle for that just yet. Collins penalised. Free kick for Kimberly Ezekwem. This is in a good position for Freiburg. Nobody's been able to make the most of set pieces yet this evening, but it's earned in a good place there. Certainly a promising position for Freiburg. What have Thomas Stamm's team been working on the training ground? What can they do from this left-hand side? Gutau is over it. Kiel is over it as well. Kiel with 2 assists for the season. Gutau with 3. And if they can find a red and white shirt in the box, certainly somebody like Vincent Vermey, they might have a good chance of increasing those assist numbers for this season. Will it be Kiel or Gutau to take the free kick for Freiburg? Kiel it is. Whips it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's off the crossbar and away for Dortmund. Cyril Akono blasts it clear. That was so close to ending up in the back of the net. Didn't see exactly whose head it came off. I think it might have been off a Dortmund defender, the last touch there. But it crashed away off the bar. Lotka was standing still, would have been beaten. Just too high. Troy gets it back into the box. Vermey's there, cushions it down, should be the opener, and it is! The offside flag stays down. Freiburg lead. Yannick Engelhardt fires it in at the far post. The first time that Freiburg have managed to win the loose ball since Vincent Vermey hit the side netting in the 24th minute. And now with 65 minutes on the clock, another ball falls the way of Freiburg in the penalty area, and this time Yannick Engelhardt fires it into the roof of the net. This is how the attack built up. It was a great delivery from Troy. I'm not sure whether Vermey was trying to cushion that down. It looked as though he was playing that into the path of his teammate, and if he was, then it was a brilliant bit of vision from the Freiburg number 9. If not, and he was just trying to get anything on the header and put it somewhere, then he still did a decent job. And Yannick Engelhardt showed a bit of killer instinct there to run in and smash that into the roof of the net. The man with only 1 goal so far in the season doubles his tally. Vermey gets his 3rd assist of the campaign. And Freiburg lead, and you can't say that it hasn't been coming, you can't say that it's undeserved either. Dortmund in the penalty area, chance for an immediate reply, it just slips away. And that's been the problem for Dortmund in the final third. Keeping control of the ball under pressure from the Freiburg defence has proven very difficult tonight. Freiburg normally so comfortable in possession and so comfortable on the ball, also at the back. Dortmund would have been a bit more confident in the first half that they can come back into the game. But in this second half, it's been all Freiburg, really. It's going to take something of a turnaround for Jan Zimmermann's team if they're to play their way back into contention in this tie. Freiburg 1 up, deservedly 1 up. And this will be a tough task now for Dortmund in the last 25 minutes. Pudel gets it across to Collins. Ball aimed back for Collins. It doesn't get there, but Collins battles for it. Would have been a Dortmund throw, but decision goes against Namadi Collins. So it's a Freiburg free kick instead. Here's a look at the header off the crossbar. It was Collins from Dortmund who got the touch on it. crashed it back off his own crossbar. It was hammered away, but just seconds later, Freiburg had the ball in the back of the net nonetheless. Vermey cushioning the header down into the path of Yannick Engelhardt. He could lash it into the roof of Marcel Lotke's net. That's why it's Freiburg 1, Dortmund 0. Halfway through the second half here. Freiburg, the team up in second place in the German third division. Really on a great run right now. 4 in a row in terms of victories, conceding just 1 goal across those 4 games. Unbeaten in 7, just 1 defeat in 13 as well. The stats keep getting better the further you go back, really, for Freiburg in the last few months. Their only defeat in the last 13 coming against table-topping Elversberg. Really strong stuff from Elversberg and Freiburg this season. Freiburg, the team who finished 11th last season in the German third division. Dortmund finishing in 9th. So 2 very evenly matched teams from last season. They've been fairly evenly matched today, but Freiburg have always had the upper hand. They've definitely looked like the home team. They've been the team exerting the pressure where possible. Dortmund lived with them for a long time. And now here come Freiburg again. The challenge is ridden. Chance for the shot from the back post is blocked crucially by Papadopoulos, who again throws his hands up in celebration at his defensive efforts. That was crucial. He was right in the right spot at the right time. Antonios Papadopoulos keeping Dortmund in this tie. And this is some nice jogging, nice dribbling. Shot is punched away, but only as far as Jinma. Into the hands of Noah Atabolu. Really good dribbling down the left flank to open up that initial shot from Marko Pasalic. Just kept on jogging forward and just didn't stop for anybody, Pasalic. Here's another look at the shot at the other end as the game opens up. Wickloff it was. Fired the ball only into the body of Papadopoulos. Had Papadopoulos not been there, that might well have nestled in the back of the net for 2-0 Freiburg, but Dortmund as well creating something of their own. That will give them a little bit of confidence. They've got to try and dial in some of last week's effort where they beat Waldhof Mannheim by 4 goals to 0. Really good display of attacking football from Dortmund a week ago. Can they rustle up some of that tonight in the remaining 20 minutes? Jinma with a brace last time out. Pasalic on the scoreboard as well, as was Pfanner for his first of the season. Is there a route back into this one at the Dreisamstadion tonight? Can Özcan spreads it from the centre to the left. Soumaila Koulibaly lays it on out onto the left touchline. Dortmund still going with Pasalic. It's been one of the key creators tonight for Dortmund, Pasalic, but Freiburg have kept him quiet for large periods of this second half as well. It's that tricky spell of dribbling forward just a moment ago that opened something up for Dortmund to at least test the gloves of Noah Atabolu, who spilled the first shot, had to punch it out. Lotke's got to come out and grab that one, make it his own, and he does so. Dortmund keep that in well up against the touchline, and Pasalic spreads it on. He wants a free kick as well, Pasalic. There was a clash of knees there, looked to be a painful one, but Pasalic at least is back to his feet. Philipp Troy down, holding his ankle. It was a bit of an unfortunate clash between the two players there. Troy clutching his left ankle. So the stadium announcer just gave us the attendance figures. More than 2,000 in attendance for tonight. That's not too bad, considering it's second team against second team here on a Friday evening. It's above average for a clash between two reserve teams. Bad throw-in from Dortmund. This has allowed Freiburg forward. 4 men forward, 5, and make it 6. Plenty of overlapping runs. It's Wagner into the box. Goes for the sliding challenge against the goalkeeper as well. Just allowed the ball to run away from him. Crucially, few inches too far forward from Robert Wagner. Dortmund survive again, and Lotka straight back up to his feet as he tries to get the ball back into play as quickly as possible. Freiburg have it back and they'll come again straight away. Dortmund struggling again to get out at this stage of the game. 73 minutes gone, just over 15 remaining. Freiburg now leading through the goal from Yannick Engelhardt halfway through the second half. Dortmund with a through ball threaded in for Njinma. Great challenge at the back, just in time, but Dortmund will come again here. Eventually it's cleared. Njinma just bearing down on goal. Dortmund haven't had a chance as good as that all night. And just as Njinma was dreaming of pulling the trigger and going for goal, fantastic last-ditch challenge, denying him the opportunity and denying Dortmund the opportunity in on goal. They've been so scarce tonight for the team in black and yellow. They've not played badly, Dortmund. Freiburg right now just a really good quality team in the third division. They're playing like it. They're playing like a team on good form. They're playing like a team who don't concede many. They're playing like a team who are full of confidence under Thomas Stamm right now too. Atabolu scoops it away. They read that, the Dortmund forwards, but Atabolu played it perfectly and it couldn't be won back by the high press from Dortmund. Gutau goes down, wins a free kick. Referee confirming that it hadn't really been taken yet. Here's a look at the through ball. Really well weighted pass, but how about that from Philippe Troy? Brilliant last ditch intervention from the Freiburg number 2. And now it's a Freiburg free kick just behind the halfway line. .15 minutes to play. Bounces down and it's played back to Lotka, who's been beaten once. It's Troy who whipped in the cross that led to the initial goal as well. Troy's right-footed delivery curling right onto the head of Vincent Vermey. Backpedaling in the middle of the area, Vermey couldn't quite turn it goalwards, so instead he cushioned it down towards the far post, where Yannick Engelhardt was running in and managed to just smash it into the roof of the net at close proximity to Marcel Lotke's goal. That's how Freiburg lead. It's deserved. It's not been against the run of play. Far from it. It's not like Dortmund haven't tried tonight. They've put up a really good fight and they've defended well for long periods, but in the end Freiburg have found their way through, and now Dortmund are up against it for the final 15 minutes. Triple change coming here. So Rosenfelder is the first to leave the field. Isequem will go off as well, as will Lars Kehl. Stark, Lienhard and Fahner coming on. So what will this do to the Freiburg team, who've looked ever so solid so far? Will this risk destabilising them somewhat with a triple change? The referee might put a stop to things here. There was a nasty landing. Some concern here for the Dortmund substitute, Cyril Akonu. He's not moving comfortably. Hopefully this looks good. He's back up to all fours at least. Just went up for this one. Landed heavily on his back there. Really not a nice looking landing, but good to see him back on his feet. Fingers crossed for Cyril Akonu. He'll be okay to continue. Definitely looked like a painful one. So, Özcan withdrawn for Dortmund. On comes Gökhan Akono running back onto the field. That's nice to see. Dortmund up into the Freiburg half, and they just about keep possession there. Guputz getting involved straight away. Through ball was intended to end up in the area, but it was cut out. And the delivery in there from the right-hand side from Michael Eberwein was not a good one. With 11 minutes left on the clock, Dortmund will have to make better use of opportunities like that if they're to get something from this game at this stage. Dortmund's first team now getting into action in the Bundesliga against Leipzig tonight. The second team trailing by a goal to nil here at the Dreisamstadion against Freiburg. Freiburg coming forward once more. The pass from right to left is a little overhit, but they'll keep it in play. Gutau fired one into the side netting earlier on. Gutau, the cross is deflected, but again Freiburg have enough presence in the area to pick up the loose ball. Nonetheless, that one is low into the area and it's battered away from inside the box. Atabolu on the edge of his area. Back to Atabolu again. He plays it high up towards the halfway line. Namadi Collins winning the header, but Freiburg win the second ball as so often tonight, and the through ball goes down towards Vincent Vermey. He's onside. Three men getting into the middle in red and white shirts. Can Vermey pick one of them out? He can at the back post, and it's driven in low. Second chance on the follow-up is wide across the face of goal. How on earth did that stay out for Freiburg? How did Dortmund stay at just 1-0 down there? Vermey looked up from the left, saw three Freiburg forwards in the box, and you thought if he could pick one of them out, it would surely be enough. He picked out Julian Stark, who's just come on. Frana was in there as well, the fellow substitute. Stark fired it with the left foot and then with the right foot. Claimed that it took a touch in front of goal, but the first one was on target and it was saved low by Marcel Lopke. The second one, however, was just wide. A let-off for Dortmund, who are still in this, just about. Trailing by just 1-0. Ball kicked away there, and the referee is going to issue a yellow card to Philipp Frana. Quick booking for the Freiburg number 17. Kicked the ball away after the whistle had gone. Dortmund free kick on the halfway line. Moments like this that Dortmund might just have to roll the dice. Marko Pasalic gets it up into the area. He's got to get it closer to some Dortmund players there. That's exactly what Dortmund didn't need. Straight into the arms of Noah Atabolo. Ever so comfortable for Atabolu to just come and grab it under no pressure at all. You talk about getting it into the mixer, getting it into the danger zone, something like that. Any of the old football cliches. Can't even say that one was in the mixer. It was straight into the bin from a Dortmund perspective. No chance for a Dortmund player to win the knockdown, but now they win this one. Can they keep it though? Not at this moment. Oskar Wiklov wins it back for Freiburg, who lead by a 0-0. They're within 10 minutes of holding on for a 5th victory in a row. It would be, as it stands, a 5th consecutive win without conceding a goal. Just brilliant in any division, to be fair, but in the German 3rd division, keeping so many clean sheets is really something of a rarity. This season, we've seen a couple of teams do ever so well in terms of clean sheets. That's Elversberg and it's Freiburg. And unsurprisingly, the two of them are first and second as it stands. Akono can't quite pick up the loose ball down by the near post there in the box, but is headed back forward by Bjarne Pudel. Dortmund come again with a long cross, but once again, the quality of the deliveries into the area just hasn't been good in the second half from Dortmund. Simply not good enough from Jan Zimmermann's team. Freiburg well worthy of their lead, but Dortmund, with only a 1-goal disadvantage, always know there's a chance. But you've got to get those working for you when you get it into the box, you need a knockdown. You need at least a chance of a knockdown. And Dortmund at the moment are unable to give themselves that. Freiburg making them pay, but not killing off the game just yet. Vermey turns well and gets the ball out to the left-hand side. More red shirts pouring forward. They go on the overlap towards Julian Guttau. Guttau cuts it back. Clever passing. It's whipped in towards the back post. Vermey's there underneath it. Dortmund can get it away though. That was good football. Lienhard whipped in the cross nicely, but Dortmund were able to deal with it. Time starting to tick away though for the team in 16th place. They've got exactly half as many points at this stage of the season as Freiburg do. Right now though, Freiburg looking to move over the 50-point mark, which would be pretty decent indeed for early March. That one just dribbles out of play. Almost a resigned reaction there from Justin Jinma. Nothing for him to fight for. He couldn't get onto the end of it. Marko Pasalic, who's been pretty much tireless tonight, is withdrawn eventually. Still has the pace to get off the field quickly. So double change now. Sartuali Omohe coming on, and Semic as well. So double change with 19-year-old Leon Semic. Only appearance number 7 of the season for him. Edge of the area for Freiburg, but it's cleared away from the feet of Wickler. Guttau down the left, goes all the way around it and wins it back against Leon Semic as well. Can Lienhard get the delivery into the box? He can, but there's nobody quite there behind the penalty spot. Philippe Toy will pick it up at the far side and he'll get it back into the middle. Volleyed away from the boot of Papadopoulos. Couldn't get it downfield, could only get it out for a throw-in over on the right-hand side. Freiburg continue to lead and they continue to look good in the game. Dortmund not exactly knocking on the door to find the leveller right now. Freiburg with the throw-in. Get it into the area, but Koulibaly is able to head it away. Only back to the boot of Troy. Freiburg play it forward, but Koulibaly gets it and it's off Troy and away. Freiburg going backwards, but Dortmund still just unable to get control of the ball. Stark, who missed a good chance, cuts back inside there, and Freiburg still just battling so hard. They look completely full of energy still, Freiburg. A triple change from a few minutes ago hasn't destabilised this team. Lotzka lifts it forward over the halfway line. It's flicked on. Kono tries to get something started. Franz Pfanner goes forward as well. If Dortmund can keep this in, could be something in it. But again, it's just cleverly worked by the Freiburg defenders. Simple from Yannick Engelhardt, but he got it just right. Much like the finish, he dropped the shoulder, made the Dortmund forwards think that he was going to clear it out to his left, and just dummied it away. Better news for Dortmund's first team in Bundesliga action tonight. They lead 1-0 against Leipzig at home. The second team, however, trailing by the same scoreline, and only 2 minutes left of normal time here at the Dreisamstadion. Freiburg, second team, a couple of minutes away from victory against Dortmund, second team. Jinma hits the deck, loses his footing, nothing he could do about it. It could be costly for Dortmund. Papadopoulos wins it back quickly and gestures for the opponents to get to their feet, and Papadopoulos He's just not happy right now. He's giving his all for the team, Antonios Papadopoulos, and it's not working out his way. Semic goes into the book. It's Papadopoulos with the initial challenge, but there can't be too many complaints about the second one. Semic picking up the booking either. Dortmund substitutes just struggling to have a big impact right now. Freiburg so good at controlling the game. A lot of credit has to go to coach Thomas Stamm for that. It's a young team with a couple of experienced faces mixed in there, as is the way for a lot of reserve teams in the German third division, but they play with an authority and a confidence, much like the senior team, really. Impressive. Punching well above their weight, in a sense. Playing beyond their expectations. The second team are doing it too. Flying high in second position in the German third division. Really impressive season, and they've hit full flow in 2023 as well. One loss in 13. That's about to become one loss in 14. But is it about to become 5 wins on the bounce without conceding? We're into stoppage time in just a couple of seconds. How many minutes will be added on? 3 is the answer to that, as you can see. Only 3 minutes left for Dortmund to rescue something out of this. Freiburg looking for clean sheet number 13 of the campaign. That is a seriously good figure when you consider that we're on match day 25 right now. There'll be more than half of the games ending in a clean sheet. They've got it all going for them right now. Freiburg, they lead, they're in control, they've got the ball down the right end of the field. Dortmund have struggled to test Noah Atabolu in the second period. They struggled in the first period, but they did have one good shot from the boot of Pasalic, which really troubled Atabolu, but he kept it away, and they've kept Justin Jinma quiet. He still looks dangerous and gives it everything in Jinma, but Freiburg have just starved him of opportunities this evening. Semic spreads it across, and it's misplaced as well. Freiburg should come away with it. Dortmund would be fortunate if they can continue the attack, and they can't. And a minute has already gone in the stoppage time here at the Dreisam Stadion. Passes too far down the flank for Freiburg, and Papadopoulos just keeps it in. Referee changes his mind a little later and says throw in for Freiburg. Papadopoulos contesting the decision, saying it should have been a free kick. He might talk his way into the book if he's not careful, Papadopoulos. Thrown down towards the corner and cleared. They're so good at draining the clock, this Freiburg team. You wonder whether Dortmund will get another look at goal in the game. That one stings the palms of Marcel Lotka. That shot was lifting, but not over the crossbar. Lotka had to get across to stop it. Managed to do so. Dortmund throw in. Is there one last chance in there? Stark. He got that on target. It was sailing towards the top corner, but not quite placed well enough to beat Lotka from the position that he was in. Dortmund launch one forward, and they've not been particularly successful with these so far, but that one was better. There was at least a chance to win the knockdown, but Freiburg managed it for now, and they've got it away. Bit of head tennis on the edge of the area. Dortmund will win a knockdown in the box. Can they open something out for it? Jinma just letting it trickle away. Koulibaly outside the box, goes across to Semic. One last chance perhaps. The shot comes in from Papadopoulos. Semic didn't give him much to work with there, and there's only 20 seconds left. Dortmund will try and get on with this as quickly as possible. Still one chance from the throw-in. Loft it forward towards the edge of the area. Go for the flick on again. Papadopoulos again just booting it up towards the box. 3 minutes almost up. There will be one more chance. Otu Ali, can he get it in? And can a black and yellow shirt get on the end of it? No. If Freiburg clear this, that should be it. And it is. The fists are raised for Freiburg. They've come out the winners for the 5th game in succession, and they've done it with a clean sheet for the 5th game in succession. A very impressive 1-0 victory It might not be a headline-grabbing result. It might not have been a sensational game in terms of free-flowing football and attacking prowess.